Sam Bankman-Fried was released on a $250 million bond in order to stay at his parents' house in California.
And by the way, if you made money in crypto, don't necessarily count your chickens yet, because you're going to get sued. A lot of people that made money in crypto are going to get sued by the people who lost money in crypto. So at the end of the day, it may be the lawyers that end up with all the money, which unfortunately is normally the case. The Bitcoin bubble has popped. And over the next several years, the air is going to be coming out. Crypto is kind of like the tip of a much bigger iceberg.
The Bitcoin and crypto bubble has popped. The crypto market is a wild west, especially after the FTX collapse. Now, the question remains, are regulations the answer? Have we seen the crypto bottom? Today, in this video, Peter Schiff shares his opinion regarding the Bitcoin bottom, crypto space, and if it's time to buy Bitcoin. So, stay tuned till the end, as he also shares his opinion about whether or not regulation is the solution to crypto scams and collapses. Before diving into the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can also hit that bell icon to never miss a new video.
Crypto is kind of like the tip of a much bigger iceberg, right? So when crypto crashes because of leverage and speculation, then a lot of other companies are going to collapse. It's not crypto in isolation. It's just the weakest link in a very weak chain. So everything is going to unravel, but it's not going to be crypto. But certainly, a lot of money was wasted in crypto. I mean, think about all the energy that went into creating Bitcoin. I mean, we could have used that energy productively. Instead, we squandered it, producing nothing. Think about all these blockchain companies and crypto companies that have been started, that have hired some really bright kids out of college that could have been doing something productive with their time and their minds. Instead, they wasted it on all this nonsense. You know, and this is all a function of what the Fed did. I mean, this is the malinvestment that you create when you artificially suppress interest rates and you cause everybody to act, you know, like a bunch of idiots. Bitcoin in itself is big enough to start a financial crisis. I mean, yes, a lot of people are going to lose money in crypto. All the money that was made in crypto is the money that's going to be lost. It was a zero-sum game. And by the way, if you made money in crypto, don't necessarily count your chickens yet, because you're going to get sued. A lot of people that made money in crypto are going to get sued by the people who lost money in crypto. So at the end of the day, it may be the lawyers that end up with all the money, which unfortunately is normally the case. But to the extent that anybody loaned money against crypto assets, yeah, they're going to lose, because those loans are going to go into default and the collateral is not going to have any value. First of all, we're nowhere near the bottom.
Okay.
And I have no intention to buy Bitcoin, nor do I have any influence on Bitcoin, because the whole time Bitcoin was going up, I was saying the same thing. It didn't stop it from going up. The more I talk negative about Bitcoin, the more everybody wants to buy it. So, you know, it's not my fault that it's coming down, but look, now the bubble has popped. And so it's going to keep coming down. Now, people still want to make fun of me and say, well, Peter, you know, if you'd have bought it 10 years ago, you're still ahead. Yes, okay, but most people bought it a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They're way behind.
Yeah.
And in another couple of years, even the people that bought it 10 years ago will be losing money.
By the way, did you know that 49 million Americans were victims of identity theft in 2020, and it ended up costing them a combined $56 billion? This isn't happening just to people who fall for phishing scams or use bad passwords. 37 billion records got hacked in 2020 alone from major social media sites, national grocery store chains, cryptocurrency exchanges, pharmacies, and phone and internet providers. That's why I'm excited to partner with Aura, who is sponsoring this video. Aura's app uses AI and machine learning to protect your identity online. You tell Aura what email address, account numbers, and phone numbers you want monitored, and their algorithms scour the dark web, data brokers, and public records, and will alert you to any criminal activity fast. Aura's app also features a VPN that encrypts your browsing history and allows you to stay anonymous online. And their antivirus software will block malware and viruses before they infect your devices. Look, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud every 14 seconds. Don't be the next one. Click the link in the description to try Aura free for 2 weeks and see if your personal identifiable information has leaked to the dark web. You see, Peter Schiff has been criticizing Bitcoin a great deal more these days ever since the FTX collapse. In Schiff's opinion, cryptocurrencies are just, quote, the weakest link in the risk chain, having the most leverage and the least real value, end quote. Being a long-term Bitcoin critic, Peter Schiff tweeted on Sunday, quote, "My Christmas gift to holders is this Bitcoin chart. As you can see, Bitcoin is much closer to its ceiling than its floor." End quote. According to him, it's the time to sell. What do you guys think of this chart? Let me know in the comments below. Earlier, he also tweeted, when it comes to Bitcoin, he understands it much better than the people who actually own it. He sees the crypto market as incredibly volatile, and there's a very real chance that the whole thing could come crashing down at any moment. And he knows that, if that happens, the people who have invested their life savings in Bitcoin are going to be left with nothing. Before jumping ahead, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Let's hear what Peter Schiff has to say about the matter of regulation.
We don't need more regulations, that's for sure. Regulations are not the answer. I mean, FTX would have happened even without regulators. In fact, this scam might still be going on if FTX were regulated. Bernie Madoff pulled off his Ponzi scheme for a lot longer than FTX, and a lot more money, I think, was involved. But the reason it went on for so long is because he operated under the cover of the regulators. He had the SEC, he had the NASD, now FINRA. But if you go back to the original Ponzi scheme, right, his scheme didn't even last a year. There were no regulators there. So the market quickly put an end to Ponzi before too many people lost too much money. But because of the regulators, the current Ponzi promoters, they actually end up stealing a lot more money. So I don't think we need more regulation. We actually need less regulation. We didn't even have the SEC until 1932. The New York Stock Exchange started in 1792. So we had 140 years of no SEC. I think we had a much better market, more efficient. I think there was less fraud back then than there is now. But so as far as these comments on Bitcoin, look, more regulation is going to hurt the industry. It's not going to help the industry because the whole selling point of crypto was its lack of regulation. If you think of Bitcoin as like a pyramid scheme, and a couple of years ago, a lot of these retail investors had got in, and now they needed more buyers. And they were trying to entice the institutions to come in because they had the big firepower. And so in order to make it marketable to the institutions, that's when they started talking about, oh, we need regulation, we need regulation. But I think now, given that there was a big collapse, because the whole institutional interest was all the FOMO. Like, hey, look at this thing. It's the best performing asset. You got to get in on it. If you don't get in, you're going to miss out. How are you going to explain to your investors that you missed this greatest investment opportunity? So I don't think the institutional demand is going to be there anyway. So I don't think no matter how much regulation you get, the institutions aren't going to want in, but the individuals are going to want out.
Peter Schiff believes that regulations are not the answer because they don't address the underlying problems. The lesson of FTX is for investors to do better due diligence and not just foolishly jump on speculation. Do you think regulations will give more credibility to the crypto market? And what do you guys think about the crypto bottom? Is it time to buy Bitcoin? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And for more crypto-related videos, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios, and thanks for watching.